Ryan Little.
Alrighty guys, good morning and welcome to the channel. My name's Ryan, that's Ethan down there on the floor, and behind us we have Evan's SC300. We are going to tackle this thing today. We're going to kind of game plan. We know that we have all the correct parts now, don't we?
Oh, I wouldn't go so far as that sentence, but...
Yeah, that sentence is semi-untrue, semi-true. But we're going to tackle this thing today. We're super excited to get our hands on it. We have suspension work to do. We have fuel lines. We did get the manifold to clear.
Yeah. So now I just need to finalize. All that can actually go on, I believe, for its... Hopefully it's for its final time for a while.
Exactly. So we're making sure that the manifold's good to go, but we have a laundry list of stuff to take care of.
We're going to just try to get this car completely ready for Evan to go have fun in it.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Idea.
But the very first most difficult part is getting this welded diff drift car on the lift.
Yeah.
What's the very first step that we're going to do here?
I'm going to get in the back and pull that access panel out. So...
I actually want to definitely film you getting in the back of this thing.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be funny.
Yeah.
So I need to get...
Think skinny.
I need to get into that space right there.
And just wiggle your way in.
Bro. Well, that doesn't look any better, does it?
No, it doesn't look any better.
Oh, got some fuel.
Oh, you got it. Hey, there's a customer here. Alrighty, so you're joining us in the back of Evan's SC300. What are we doing back here, Ethan?
Just relaxing back here.
Relaxing.
No, I wanted to get access to... I know that a new fuel pump was just installed, so I wanted to check on that installation. I'm glad I did. I found a couple issues right away. There's definitely a clamp that is not fully on right there. And more importantly, though, this small chunk of rubber line, and then there's another chunk of rubber line down there at the pump, just a few inches. But I don't believe it's E85 safe. I'm not sure if he's going to run E85 on this car, but it seems that most of the drift cars do run E85, and I bet he will want to eventually, whether or not he does that right now. So we want to change those two pieces of hose to some ethanol safe stuff, which is, Gates Barricade is usually what we grab. It's like $20-something a foot, but you have to have the right hose for E85.
You gotta have the high quality stuff, not the cheap stuff.
Just to highlight one more, there's a difference between fuel that's going inside of a hose and fuel that's submersing a hose. Like, you have to have the stuff that is E85 submersible.
Yeah, so that way it doesn't deteriorate and break down.
And you will, if you don't use that stuff, you will find quickly, you know, I've seen it many times, you know, and I ask people anytime they install a fuel pump, if it comes with a little chunk of line, use that little chunk that it comes with.
Yep, absolutely. All right, now we're going to get out of this thing.
Yep. Okay, so I just tried to put the manifold back on and found that this stud was barely touching, so I trimmed that stud down. Now I think for real, the manifold is ready to go on for its final time right now. On some of these JZ manifolds, you gotta get these bottom nuts started on threaded before you can tighten any of these top ones. Otherwise you'll end up with a scenario. And I want to put my best looking nuts on the bottom since they're the more difficult ones to get to. And then you just want to barely thread them on there to start with until they are all on. Okay, all three of those back ones are started. Those two are easy to get at. Okay, so just a moment ago I was saying how I hope it was the last time the manifold goes on, but then I caught myself that currently this was just kind of a mock-up thing and there is not a thermostat in there, so I won't be able to do that once the manifold is on. So I got to go back one more time and pull that apart so I can get this in, because it will not be touched again. And that is full tight. Okay, now I can really put the manifold back on. Man, still struggling with these manifold bolts, dude.
Are we still here right now?
Yeah. All right, well, we got the manifold 100% on, and now I'm bolting on the turbo, running into further problems with the hardware. I had to, both of these bolts go in okay, but these back two are both tricky in a way. This back one here, it was hitting the V-band before I could actually get it dropped down in there. So I shortened this bolt a little bit, and now that one,
yeah, that bad boy fits in there.
That fits in there now, and then this guy,
like a glove.
I had to cut off the washer on the one side right there, like the built-in washer, so that it can drop in.
Is it gonna drop in?
Yeah,
Stay tuned.
There we go. No, it did.
Okay, there we go.
But you can see how close it is to that exhaust.
Oh wow.
Yeah, washer there. So it's in there though. I just need to tighten them both all the way down. It will be manifolded and turboed up.
Nice.
And we were supposed to be working on fuel stuff today, and instead I've done
been doing turbo
many hours, like
all day
getting
long.
those dozen bolts for the manifold, which there's still 1, 2, 3. There's still 3 that are not even.
Oh man.
But they're easy to get to. But so really only 9 bolts. It took many hours to get right, with modification of the studs and the bolt head, and the nuts.
So on, so forth.
Modifying everything, just a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there, a little bit there, and it all fits.
Finally.
I did get the return line is on there but not fully threaded in. Same thing, feed line is on there but not fully, need to tighten up.
A feed line with
threads in it, yeah.
Has threads in it,
better.
Congratulations.
Much better. You gotta make the right faces while you're, gotta get the tongue out, concentration is required.
This is one of those side videos to add to, of like you doing the same one that I know he's gonna mute the audio on, but it's pretty funny still.
Like that. Loosen that back just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. So those two are snug. I want to get these other two down in there all the way before I go full bite.
All right, so Ethan has had a long, treacherous day of getting the manifold on and fuel dumped all over him.
We didn't really capture the last hour of the extremely frustrating, potentially exciting to other people, but not so exciting to me as I got, once you crack that fuel fitting free, and I did get a little clip on that, but once you crack that fuel fitting free, it just starts peeing.
Yeah.
And to put anything back in there, as soon as you put your arm in there, it's all coming straight down. So I got it in this armpit, this armpit. My armpits were like kind of on fire. It's a little worrisome. But
he's doing the chicken dance.
But I did get the hardline adapter on to. It is very hard to see, and it right now has a rubber cap on it because it will continue peeing out fuel. But that's capped, and it used to be hardline that became the factory soft line. You see where that's now cut. This is terribly rusty stuff here. So we just decided. At first I was going to use part of this soft line, but I decided, nah, let's just nix that and have all new fuel line from tank all the way to the rail.
All the way to the...
And I talked to Evan about that. Initially he had really just been thinking I was going to do up there at the front, install the FPR and like use the stock lines, but looking at the stock lines, and then I mean they gave us a fuel filter, and here's the original fuel filter. That looks like the original to me. And if it's not the original, well, it's got enough rust on it that it could be the original. So
yeah,
I feel like that needs to be changed anyways. Let's just change out the line. See,
yeah,
Deutschwerks gave us enough to do the entire run of the car, so we're gonna do that.
That's smart.
Yep. So right now I am going to install the very first fitting to come off of that hard to make the bend forward and get our line started. Yep.
So I pretty much think that Ethan's going to throw on this line here real quick. We got the manifold on today. That was about a 3-hour process to get that all fabricated and set up perfectly. But I think today we're just going to give you all the manifold, and then I will be back, and me and Ethan will be back at it first thing in the morning to tackle all these hardcore lines all the way back.
All right, got our first bend on there, so I'm going to go ahead and hook that on there and start planning where exactly the line is going to route through at.
Yep. All right, what are you going to need?
I'm going to need light, and I need a fourth hand is what I need.
Okay, I've got a fourth hand and I've got a light.
Because I'm going to pop that rubber cap off, and once I do, it's going to start shitting fuel at me again.
Okay, then I'm going to stand slightly away with light.
I have to quickly get this on there is the idea.
Oh my God. Did you just do it?
Yeah, it's on there.
Oh, nice.
I don't know how we didn't lose fuel right now, but okay.
Probably
so
because it's already gone.
you can get in there and get a close look at that now and see how it transitions from the factory hardline. Then we have that Deutschwerks fitting, and then it becomes the -6 AN. So then that passes over the subframe here. Now I just got to decide where it's not going to go there. It's going to get tucked up in that notch
here
because it needs to come. Probably going to put the new fuel filter right about where this one is. Maybe tucked up a little bit more, but so I got to get that line over to here. New fuel filter, new line, all the way forward up to the new FPR.
You got it.
But I think that this is a good spot right there. This lets me get the finish the fuel setup, I think, tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And
so, like Ethan was saying, this is going to be our stopping point today with the fuel lines here. He did finish up the manifold today, and we're going to do a quick overview of the manifold right here, and then we're going to see y'all tomorrow. All right, guys, so our boy Tristan right here, his sick Cressida, 2JZ Cressida, it's about to go off to paint, isn't it? We're not even going to reveal the color. We are so excited. He's got all the bits and pieces, all the goodies. And when we get this thing back, it's going to be looking amazing. And we're going to do a full build breakdown, get it on the dyno, and finish up all the tidbits on his Cressida. You excited? Mm-hmm. You don't look too excited. Super chill mode like Travis Scott over here or something. Yeah. I cannot wait to get this thing painted. It is going to look super sick. Alright guys, well the next time you see this, it will be clean, super sexy, and ready to go for the circuit. You ready?
Yep.
Ready for next season?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's do it. Alrighty guys, well me and Ethan are wrapping up here on Evans SC300. We're getting eaten live by mosquitoes, so we are trying to wrap it up. So what all did we do today so we can lead you into day 2?
Much like the other day, we had aspirations of doing a lot more than... It's good to set your goals high, because the car guys will come knock you back down. But yeah, we started with... I still had to take the manifold off and on a couple more times. I still had a stud that was too long that was hitting once it truly drew on there. And then I had to reconfigure the return line a little bit and get all the bolts actually in, the gasket in, all the bolts in. These bolts took a little customization. There's a clip on that earlier. Okay. And I don't know what else. See, when I say it right now, it doesn't sound like I did very much today, but
no, you did.
Literally, the bottom 3 bolts in the back corner, they're like 20 minutes each or something. Like, you gotta tighten one, tighten them all snug, then you go harder. Well, when you tighten this one, the next door neighbor gets looser. Yeah. So that, like, once you think they're all tight, you're gonna recheck them all, check. They are all very tight. God, I hope that doesn't have to come off.
Yes, absolutely.
It's gonna be a bad task for whoever has to do that. But that kind of stuff, I mean, you gotta get it on there really good, or else with heat and vibration, it will come free. It will come free, for sure. And then you worked on the fuel system a little bit. Yeah, we got, I got the kind of the hard part figured out, which is the transition from the stock fuel line to the AN line. So, and I did that where we have no factory soft line is used at all now. So,
but also it seemed like you kind of pinpointed a lot of things that were going to fail later on down the road, though, with the fuel system.
Yeah, there was a few, and the car is, I guess it's maybe been up north because it's got some pretty nasty oxidation on a lot of stuff back there. I pointed out that fuel filter definitely is something that we need to change. It looks like it's never been changed, so I did talk to Evan about, I don't think we're going to do ethanol on it right now, but it's still important to have the fuel system overkill.
Fuel system overkill. You don't want to have
the bare minimum fuel system.
No, it's always better to have more fuel because you can take it away.
Yep. So I think we're mechanically very close to done. We've got like a coolant line and we got some vacuum lines and block off for that. But that's the end of mechanical then, excluding the fuel line that I'll finish tomorrow. So we'll get the fuel line on there, and hopefully we can. We won't get a proper run out of it, but hopefully we can get some kind of run out of it. It's still on the stock ECU, and we now have big injectors, so it's not going to run right. But we might fire it up for just a split second and hear it make those 2JZ sounds.
Them 2JZ sounds. All right, right, guys. Well, hey, we'll see y'all for day 2 tomorrow. Once again, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that big thumbs up, and more importantly, that notification bell. And we'll see you for day 2 of Evan's SC300.